Hello YouTube, I have a story for you today. This story is literally from like last week. By the title, you're obviously going to know what it's kind of about. I made an absolute idiot of myself last week on the first night out I've had in a long time. And it has resulted in me ended up going to hospital one day. Good in. So literally last week, it was the first night out that me and my housemates have been out on in months and months. Obviously we've not been here, and like me and Harry still don't have jobs, so we've not really been able to like afford to go out like we used to. And Lucy's been working and we've been like settling into the new place, but one of the clubs was reopening, so we thought, right, this date, we're going out, no ifs, no buts, we're gonna. It was like one of the old clubs in Preston was getting done up and then they were reopening it, so we were like, right, it's gonna be busy, because the guest list was like over 1,000 people, I think. So with it being like over 1,000 people, in my mind I thought, right, when I'm getting ready, I'll pre-drink like a bit more than I would normally, so then if we get to the club and it's really busy, I don't need to like go up to the bar and like buy loads of drinks to get a buzz off like the alcohol or anything like that. So we went to Lidl and I bought 2 bottles of wine, because I was like, cider is nice, but if I'm drinking it heavily, it makes me very full, and like it is very like filling and gassy. So I was like, I don't really want to feel a bit like bloated all night, especially if we were going to a new place. So I stuck with wine. I picked 2 different bottles because I was like, I'll try them and see which one's nice, so then if I have it again I can obviously go back and get the same one. And then I started actually drinking it about 6 o'clock when I started getting ready. We had to be at the club before 10:30, so I was like, okay, I'll just have like some glasses while I'm getting ready. And I used this little, like, you know, the jars that people use for drinks, like the mason jars or whatever. I've got one of them downstairs and I thought I'll use that because it's quite a nice glass, not realising that this glass that I used hold half a bottle of wine every time. So the one glass I had when I was getting ready, like picking what to wear and starting to do my hair, was half a bottle. Wasn't really feeling it because I'd just eaten food as well. That wasn't too bad. Went downstairs, refilled the drink. That's 1 bottle down, and it was about 7:30, 8 o'clock at this point. I'm getting ready, I was pretty much ready. Went downstairs, opened the 2nd bottle of wine, which was the nicer one, and then drank that before we went. Me being me, thinking, oh, I'm fine. It wouldn't really like affect me badly. I was like happy, tipsy. Went to the club, got in, and it was dead. Like, we were some of the first people there. So with the opportunity of it being so quiet, we all got a drink. And when I go out, I stick to vodka lemonades because I'm not drinking, like, don't really get wine when you're out. I got a vodka lemonade, drank that very quick because we wanted to go and dance. Starting to feel quite drunk at this point, and then I saw someone I knew behind the bar who I used to live with, so I went up to them at the bar twice and got doubles when they should have been giving me singles, but because I knew them, it's always like, oh, we'll give friends discounts, so I had 2 doubles as well. At that point I was apparently all over the place. I remember being stood outside, there's like a smoking area outside, and I remember leaning up against, we have a barrier where it is, up against the barrier with my head down like that. And apparently my legs, like, I couldn't keep my legs up straight. I was swaying from side to side. I don't remember that, but I do remember being leaning like against the barrier. Obviously extremely drunk. My housemates were like watching after me, and then they were like, do you want to go home? And I was like, no, I'm fine. And then I remember them saying to me, oh, I think we're gonna go. And I was like, okay, we'll go home. But the only reason they left was because they thought, right, we need to take her home, because I couldn't walk straight. So we set off walking home because I said I was really warm, because we live like 10-15 minute walk away from like the club. So we got a taxi there and we were going to get a taxi back, but I was too warm, so I wanted to walk apparently. I remember blips of like walking home. I remember like dancing around, and I was walking with such a pace on to get home because I thought I need to go home and be in bed, or I'm gonna end up like being sick or something. And I was like, yeah, I'd rather not do that, obviously, like in public, out in the street or whatever. Apparently I was jumping around, I had music on apparently on my phone. Don't know why, when it was like, I don't know, about 1 o'clock in the morning, and I was apparently jumping around so much and skipping about. I landed funny on my ankle and my right ankle is a bit dodgy. My ankle rolled basically, so my ankle was like that and it bent. I just remember falling to the floor. Thankfully landed in the grass, because if I'd landed the other way I would have hit a barrier next to the road. That was it. I remember just being sat there in the grass, and then my housemates like walked up, helped me get up, and I just kept charging on going home. It was very painful, but I had that much alcohol in my system, I just wasn't feeling anything. So I got up, kept walking, thinking I need to go home, I'm gonna be sick, or I need to go to bed. I remember charging upstairs, wasn't even bothered about my ankle or anything, charging upstairs and just collapsing in bed. Bearing in mind, I hadn't even got changed, I hadn't even taken my shoes off. So I wake up the next morning, 7 AM I woke up, didn't even feel like that bad, I didn't even feel that sick, but I had a burning sensation on my ankle, and I got up, got undressed and got into my pajamas, and I remember trying to pull my jeans off and pull this boot off on my ankle, and I was in absolute agony. And I thought, it'll have been because I fell last night, I'll just go back to sleep and I should be alright when I get up. Went back to sleep, woke up at about 10 o'clock, felt okay, just had like dry throat and stuff like that, but on the other hand, like this absolutely agonizing pain in my ankle, and I thought I can't have like broken my ankle, because like I walked home and I remember getting up and going downstairs, just being able to kind of hobble downstairs on the like back of my heel. My housemates came down and my ankle was like so swollen up, and they said, yeah, you really landed on it like last night, like really bad. And we were like, right, it's probably just a sprain, it might be like a fracture, we don't know. But I was like, we'll leave it for the day and see how it is. And the entire day I spent in bed with my leg up in the air, and it was just burning. It felt like it was so warm, and I was just like, this cannot be something that's normal. Like, we left it for the day, came to Tuesday, and I was like, okay, it's starting to ease off a little bit. The swelling was like still there. I was like, okay, it might ease off. And then stupid me got up at one point, and what happens again? My ankle rolls. At that point I was like, I need to ring someone and see what they say. Rang up the 111 service at NHS. They were like, yep, you should have went and got it x-rayed, go up to A&E and get it sorted. This is the third time in like a year that I've been up to A&E and that my housemates have had to come up with me. But anyway, we went up to A&E, got the x-rays done, came back perfectly clear, just as expected, but she just gave me a number for physio if I want it, and then just sent me on my way. And I've been literally spending every single day in bed with a bandage on it, with ice on it, trying to get it to go down. And even as I'm filming this now, I'm stood kind of like, I can't really put that much weight on my ankle, like I've got my foot out in front of me as I'm stood up doing this video. The one time after like months of not going out, I go out and I end up with this blooming massive ankle. Maybe I won't be drinking as heavy on my 21st, because I'd rather not end up in hospital again. Little story time for you about what happened to me last week. Thank you for watching this, and I will see you next week. Bye. I have now, if you could drive louder, like somewhere else, that'd be nice.